It is necessary to indicate either the right or left channel prior to disassembling the headphones for modification. Without some manner of identification, once the ear clips are removed, it is impossible to visually determine the left and right channel. Remove the ear clip by pushing the clip away from the ear cup. Apply pressure on the clip where the vertical bar meets the clip connector, forming an L, and pry the clip away from the ear cup. The foam ear cushions are held in place by a series of small spikes around the outside perimeter of the ear cups. Carefully lift the foam cushion up and peel it away from the plastic housing. With the foam ear cushions removed, the black plastic sound diffuser and the silver speaker driver surface below it will be visible. Around the outside edge of the ear cup, there are 3 elongated slots. These openings allow access to the edge of the round black plastic diffuser. This photo shows an already modified diffuser removed from the ear cup. Notice the small tab on the left side of the black diffuser. This photo indicates how the silver speaker driver is recessed into the ear cup housing. The small square hole accepts the tab on the diffuser when put in place. The elongated slots are the access points to be used when prying the diffuser out of the ear cups. One last view shows how the thickness of the diffuser fits into the ear cup above the driver, making a flush surface after installation. Removal of the diffuser is the most difficult part of any of the mods. Proceed slowly using a small screwdriver with light to moderate pressure. Careful, repetitive actions in the direction away from the driver will eventually release the diffuser from the ear cup. Excessive pressure or a careless poke in the wrong direction may lead to tearing the fragile silver cover of the driver, rendering the headphones ruined. When you insert the screwdriver through the slot, you will be touching the sides of the diffuser, slowly nudging it forward. Repeat this process at each of the 3 slots. Don't force the diffuser out. When it is loose enough, it will fall out easily. Kramer 5150, a member of the headfi.org forum for audio enthusiasts, began a thread describing modifications he had made to his Koss KSC75 headphones. As the popularity of his mod swelled, it eventually became known as the Kramer Mod. The Kramer Mod involves altering the configuration of the openings in the plastic diffuser to promote a different sound. The plastic diffuser is positioned between the driver and the listener's ear. There are predetermined, different shaped openings in the diffuser that produce a certain toned sound. Most agree the outer area of the driver emits bass frequencies, and the frequencies produced become higher as you approach the center. A common complaint against the stock KSC75 headphone was that they sounded too bright or trebly. Imagining the diffuser as a three-zoned target. The outer zone controls the bass. The middle zone controls the midtones, with the center yielding the highs. By removing some of the restrictions in these areas, a more natural, or at least balanced sound could be created. The Kramer Mod is achieved by drilling holes through the plastic obstructions in different zones of the diffuser. Using a 1/8 inch drill bit, a void is created in the center area of both diffusers. Now, additional 1/8 inch openings will be made to each diffuser. Four new voids between the existing openings in the center zone. And four new voids between the elongated openings of the outer zone. This process is repeated for the other diffuser. To increase the bass emissions, the previously drilled holes in the outer zone will be enlarged using a slightly larger 5/32 drill bit. This process is repeated for the other diffuser. Prior to replacing the diffusers back into the ear cups, check for loose or errant pieces of plastic that may be present. Usually, a firm rub with your fingers is sufficient to dislodge any remnant shards of plastic created by the drilling process. If necessary, stubborn particles can be removed with a razor knife. It is important to remove any sharp edges that may damage the driver surface when the diffusers are placed back into position. Notice that one side of the diffuser is dull and the other side is shiny. The correct orientation of the diffuser is shiny side up. Insert the tab on the diffuser into the small hole of the ear cup and press the diffuser down into place. It is a good idea to place the modified diffuser back into the ear cups prior to performing any further mods to ensure protection of the delicate surface of the driver. Another forum member, TMM, struck upon the idea of adding a spacer around the ear cups. Quoting from his post, "The spacer, made from a silicone rubbery sheet, makes the bass more detailed and responsive, and recesses the mid-range a little. Highs are unaffected." These are foam gaskets used to weatherproof external electrical boxes. They are available at Home Depot in the electrical department. Each package contains 2 gaskets and cost just over $1. The gasket is pre-perforated, but unfortunately the perforations are inconsistent. This inner ring is a perfect fit on the outer surface of the ear cups of the KSC75, but is very difficult to remove intact on its own. The intention, therefore, is to remove both rings together. Begin by removing the center area of the gasket. To assist in the removal of the unwanted excess gasket, cut the larger pieces to facilitate their easier removal. Using one of the foam ear cushions as a holder, place the ear cup into the inverted cushion to keep it steady. The goal is to attach the inner ring onto the silver rim of the ear cup. Line up the inner edge of the gasket to the inner edge of the ear cup. After securing the inner gasket ring to the ear cup, the outer ring will be removed and discarded. Around the surface of the ear cup, there are a series of small circles, most likely marks left during the injection molding process. Apply a drop of glue on each of these markings. Carefully place the gasket and gently tap it down. A few seconds later, remove the ear cup, invert it, and press down to secure the gasket to the plastic. Set it aside to dry while repeating this process with the other ear cup. When sufficiently dry and firmly secured, begin the process of removing the outer ring. Depending on the quality of the perforations, it may be helpful to cut the larger pieces to make removal easier. After removal of the outer ring, an additional drop of glue may be needed to touch up any areas that may have become loose during the removal process. The second part of the Kramer Mod involved creating a quarter-sized opening in the foam ear cushions to allow more unobstructed sound to the listener's ear. It is now known simply as the Quarter Mod. There are many ways to create the openings in the ear cushions. My method of choice to achieve a clean, symmetrical opening is to provide a few good smacks on a firm surface using a 3/4 inch copper pipe coupler and a rubber mallet. A couple of twists of the coupler and a few reversals of the foam eventually yield satisfactory results. This is a quieter method. This is a foam pad from a different set of headphones. Fold the foam pad in half like a taco. Then in half again, and then again. Cutting the created point will produce an opening that may not be a perfect circle, but should be satisfactory. After multiple searches, all which came up empty, to identify the creator of this next mod, reluctantly it must be credited to Anonymous. Peppered among the glowing reviews of the KSC75 are comments regarding the frustrations some have concerning the discomfort of prolonged usage or the inability to get the KSC75s to properly hang on their ears. When the ear clip is attached to the ear cup, there is a narrow, limited range of lateral motion available to allow the cup to lie against the ear. It is understandable that a person with large or different shaped ears might find this attachment method to be uncomfortable or even impossible. The ear clip, when attached, is restricted by a plastic cover that protects the area of the headphones where the cable connects and is soldered to the driver. This cover extends up from the solder point and around the post where the ear clips attach. The plastic cover is held in place by 3 pins, which fit into holes on the ear cups. It is not glued or secured in any manner other than the pins, so it is easily removed by prying it upwards with a small screwdriver. Here you can see where the cable is attached to the driver, and with the cover removed, the area around the connection post for the ear clips is now empty. reattaching the ear clip, a wider range of movement is possible. This comfort pivot allows the clip and cup to be placed on the ear much easier, while providing those who may need it a larger gap between the cup and the clip. Try wearing the headphones with the plastic cover removed for a few days to determine if this mod offers more comfort. If so, the mod is quite simple to perform, and if you feel no difference, simply replace the cover and reattach the clips. The mod involves cutting the plastic cover between the two pins and the donut shape that surrounds the mounting post. By retaining the two pins, the cover can be reattached by sliding the cable through the slot at the bottom and securing the pins into the holes on the ear cup. The cut can be made in several ways. The cover can be cut with a heated knife or scored and snapped off with a razor knife. In this case, a Dremel is used to make the short incision. The plastic is not very hard and the cut is not a difficult one. Afterwards, the cut edge is filed to remove any burrs and shaped. To replace the cover, the cable is placed through the slot and the pins are inserted into the holes, allowing the cover its intended purpose of protecting the solder area from dirt and debris. When reattaching the foam pads to the ear cups, keep in mind that the foam pads will need to be stretched a bit more in order to cover the additional foam gasket. Place a section of the pad onto a few of the spikes and slowly lift and raise the pad onto the remaining spikes around the ear cup. Don't pull too hard or you risk tearing the pads. After the foam ear pad is in place, it can be centered and shifted to produce a uniform fit. When attaching the ear clips, ensure the proper clip is attached to the proper channel ear cup and that the cable is oriented downward. At some point along the modification highway, someone uncovered an alternative means of wearing the KSC75s other than the unusual manner in which they are held in place on one's ears. These inexpensive headphones are available online from partsexpress.com and cost around $6, including shipping. Simply pop off the original drivers. The drivers are of little value, but the headband is a perfect mate to the KSC75. You will see the attaching mechanism located at the ends of the plastic sliders of the headband are a perfect fit to the mounting posts on the KSC75's ear cups. Attach the proper channel KSC75 ear cup to the clearly indicated plastic slider of the headband by pushing it firmly in place until it clicks. This combination provides a feather-light pressure of the drivers to the listener's ear, slightly enhancing the bass and providing a more full sound. From a personal perspective, I do not find the stock ear clips to be uncomfortable after being worn for any length of time, but I prefer the simplicity and feel of the headband for everyday use. That being said, it is always nice to have an alternative. After all, isn't that what modding these headphones is all about? Well, I will be anxiously awaiting the next great mod that comes along. So until then, thanks for watching.